If your heart feels heavy today, if there's a pressure sitting in your chest that you can't explain, if your thoughts keep running in circles and you can't seem to catch your breath, I want you to know, you're not alone. Not for a single moment. You may feel like you're carrying it all by yourself, like no one really understands what's going on inside your mind, but even here, even now, there's one who sees it all. There's one who knows every restless thought, every late-night worry, every silent tear you've cried when no one else was watching. And right now, in this very moment, you don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to solve every problem or fix every situation. You don't even have to pretend to be okay. I want you to give yourself permission, just for these next few minutes, to pause. To breathe. To let go of the pressure to keep pushing through on your own strength. You're allowed to sit here, with your feelings, with your questions, with your anxiety, and just let God meet you right where you are. This is not about pretending everything's fine. This is about being honest with yourself and with Him. Because the truth is, God doesn't need you to have it all together. He's not waiting for you to reach some perfect place of peace before He shows up. He meets you right here, in the middle of the struggle, in the middle of the anxious thoughts, in the middle of the restlessness that keeps you up at night. So as you listen to the words that are about to come, as you hear the promises from Jesus Himself, let them settle deep inside you. Let them speak to the parts of you that feel weary. Let them reach into the places that feel too tangled up to explain. You don't have to overthink this. You don't have to analyze every word. Just let them wash over you like a soft rain, gentle, steady, refreshing. Maybe you've been holding your breath emotionally, maybe you've been bracing yourself for the next thing to go wrong, but for now, just exhale. Let the tension start to loosen, let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, soften your heart. You are allowed to rest here. Even with everything that feels uncertain, even with all the unanswered prayers, even with the worries that still linger at the edges of your mind, this is a space for you to breathe. And as you do, as you let your heart slow down just a little, remember this, God's peace is not something you have to earn. It's not something you have to chase after. It's a gift. Freely given. Offered to you, even now. Jesus sees the storm inside you, and He's whispering, "Peace, be still." So stay here with me for these next moments, let His words speak louder than your fear, let His presence fill the gaps where anxiety has settled, and let your soul, even if just for a little while, feel what it's like to truly, deeply, rest in Him. An invitation to rest. This isn't a list of things you need to do. This isn't another task to check off. This moment, right here, is not about striving, performing, or getting it all right. This is simply a space for you to breathe, to pause, to let go of the endless mental lists and the constant self-pressure. You don't have to show up here with answers. You don't have to come with solutions or the perfect prayer words. You can just come as you are. Messy. Tired. Overwhelmed. Even if your faith feels small, even if you're not sure what you believe in this exact moment, you're still welcome here. This is a space for you to sit. To be still. To let the noise fade for a while. I know the noise has been loud lately. I know the pressure of life feels relentless sometimes. And I know that anxiety has a way of making everything feel urgent, like you have to figure it all out right now, like you're running out of time, like you're falling behind. But right here, in this moment, none of that matters. This is your permission to stop chasing peace, and simply let it come to you. You don't have to work for God's presence. You don't have to earn His love. You don't have to convince Him to care about what you're going through. He's already here. Already leaning in close. Already reaching toward you with kindness and compassion. Even if you don't feel it yet, even if your heart feels distant or numb. His presence is near, closer than your next breath. So as you sit and listen, let His words wash over you. Let them seep into the places where fear has settled. Let them touch the parts of you that feel too worn out to pray. Let them remind you that you're not in this alone, not for 1 second. Let His peace find you. Not tomorrow. Not after you get your life together. Not after you've conquered your anxiety. Right now. Right here. In this ordinary, quiet, in-between moment. His peace is reaching for you. It's not a peace that ignores your struggles or pretends your pain doesn't exist. It's a peace that sits with you in it, that whispers comfort to your restless heart, that says, I see you. I'm with you, and I'm not going anywhere. So take a deep breath, and let yourself sink into this space. Let go of the pressure to fix everything in the next 5 minutes. This is not a race. This is not a performance. This is rest. Holy, beautiful, healing rest. As you continue listening, let your heart stay open. Let these next few moments become a soft landing place for your weary soul. Let every word be like cool water on dry ground, like sunlight breaking through the clouds, like hope gently waking up inside you again. You are safe here. You are loved here. And peace. His peace is already on its way to you. Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, Come to me. I will give you rest. Hear these words from Jesus, not as distant lines from an old book, but as a personal invitation, straight from his heart, to yours. Let them sink in slowly, like sunlight breaking through after days of clouds. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Pause for a moment, and let that invitation settle deep. Jesus is not standing far off with crossed arms, waiting for you to pull yourself together. He's not frustrated with your struggle or disappointed by your anxiety. He sees the weight you've been carrying. He knows the tension that sits in your chest, the worries that keep looping through your mind, the emotional exhaustion that feels too heavy to explain to anyone else. And instead of asking you to carry it alone, he's saying, Come. Come, with your restless heart. Come, with your sleepless nights. Come, with your fear, your doubt, your questions. Come, just as you are. You don't have to fix yourself before approaching him. You don't have to have the perfect words. This is an open invitation, one that doesn't expire, one that isn't based on your performance, one that meets you right here, in this very moment. And look at the heart behind the invitation. Jesus says, I am gentle and humble in heart. He's not harsh with you. He's not impatient. He's gentle. He understands what it feels like to be weighed down. He knows what it's like to feel human weakness. And his heart towards you is kind, compassionate, full of mercy. Right now, he's offering you something the world can't give, real rest. Not just physical rest, but rest for your soul. The deep kind of rest that quiets anxious thoughts. The kind that releases the pressure you've been holding on to. The kind that reminds you, you don't have to do this all by yourself. He says, take my yoke upon you. That means you don't have to drag your burdens alone anymore. You get to walk with him. Side by side. He carries what you can't. He takes the weight you were never meant to hold. His burden is light, not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because he shares the load with you. So right now, wherever you are, whether you're sitting alone in a room, walking through your day with 1,000 worries, or lying awake staring at the ceiling, let this be your moment to respond to his invitation. You don't have to carry this alone anymore. You're not expected to hold it all together. You're not forgotten in your struggle. He's inviting you, gently, patiently, lovingly, to come. To breathe. To lay down what's too heavy. And to rest. Let that truth settle in your heart. You are seen. You are loved. And you are being called into rest. John 14 verse 27, Peace I leave with you. Now, pause with me, and listen to this beautiful promise from Jesus. Let it come alive in your heart, as if he's speaking it directly to you, right here, right now. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. Let those words linger for a moment. This isn't just a nice saying. This is Jesus, the Prince of Peace, offering you something the world cannot give. This isn't temporary comfort, or surface-level calm that fades when circumstances change. This is his peace. A deep, lasting, unshakable peace. The kind of peace that holds you steady when everything around you feels uncertain. The kind of peace that sits with you in the middle of your questions, and quiets the storm raging in your thoughts. This is not a peace that requires you to figure everything out first. It's not the kind of peace that waits until your life feels perfectly in order. No, this is peace that meets you right in the middle of the mess. Right in the middle of the anxiety. Right in the middle of the fear. Jesus says, "My peace I give you." Not earned, not worked for, but given. Freely. Fully. Lovingly. Just picture that for a moment. Jesus, reaching out his hand, offering you his very own peace. The same peace that calmed the waves on the sea, the same peace that held him steady in the face of rejection and suffering, the same peace that never runs out, is now being offered to you. He also makes it clear. I do not give to you as the world gives. The world's version of peace is fragile. It depends on circumstances being just right. It comes and goes, here one moment and gone the next. The world tells you to find peace by controlling everything, by fixing every problem, by making sure nothing ever goes wrong. But Jesus knows that real life doesn't work that way. He knows that storms will come, that uncertainty will show up, that anxious thoughts will creep in. And yet, even in all of that, his peace remains steady. That's why he says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." He's not saying this to scold you for feeling anxious. He's saying it to remind you that you have access to something stronger than fear. You don't have to stay stuck in the cycle of worry. You don't have to live weighed down by dread. Right now, as you sit and listen, you can choose to lean into this peace. You can release what's been stirring up anxiety inside you. You can let go of what you've been trying to control, and receive what he's already offering. So just breathe. Let his peace settle over you like a soft blanket. Let it fill the spaces where fear has lived for too long. Let it quiet the noise, slow your heart, and remind you. This isn't ordinary peace. This is his peace. Stronger than fear. Deeper than worry. And it's for you, right now. Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7, do not be anxious about anything. If your heart feels overwhelmed right now, if the weight of everything you're carrying feels like too much, I want you to pause with me, and let these words settle deep into your soul. Let them speak louder than the racing thoughts, louder than the what-ifs, louder than the fears that won't let you go. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Just take a breath, and let that truth sink in. God isn't saying that your worries don't matter. He isn't telling you to ignore your feelings or pretend everything's fine. What he's offering is an exchange. An invitation to bring your anxious thoughts, your burdens, your unspoken fears, and lay them before him. Not to carry them alone, not to wrestle with them in silence, but to bring them to him, just as they are. In every situation, that means in the big things that keep you awake at night, and the small things that quietly wear you down throughout the day. Nothing is too small for his care. Nothing is too big for his power. Whether it's a decision you don't know how to make, a relationship that feels strained, or that vague, restless anxiety that shows up without warning, you're invited to bring it all to him. And how? Through prayer and petition, with thanksgiving. Talk to him. Whisper your worries if that's all you can manage. Cry if you need to. Sit in silence if you have no words. There's no script you have to follow. No perfect formula to get his attention. He's already listening. already leaning in close. Already waiting to wrap his peace around you like a shelter. And look at what he promises. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. This isn't a peace that always makes logical sense. It's not tied to whether or not your circumstances have changed. It's a supernatural peace, the kind that makes people wonder how you're still standing, how you're still smiling, how you're still breathing steady when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. This peace, His peace, acts like a guard. Standing watch over your heart, protecting your mind from the spiral of anxious thoughts, covering you like a shield when fear tries to creep back in. It doesn't mean the storm disappears, but it does mean you're no longer standing in it alone, unprotected, overwhelmed. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't even have to be strong right now. Just bring it to Him. Lay it down, piece by piece, thought by thought, breath by breath. And let His peace, quiet, steady, faithful, stand guard over you. Over your heart. Over your mind. Right here, in this very moment. He's offering you that peace. All you have to do, is let it in. Isaiah 41 verse 10, do not fear, for I am with you. And when fear feels close, when it feels like it's wrapping itself around your chest, making it hard to breathe, making your thoughts spin in 1,000 anxious directions, I want you to pause, right here, right now, and hear this promise. Not just as words on a page, but as a personal reminder, straight from God's heart to yours. So do not fear, for I am with you, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let those words settle. Let them break through the noise in your mind. Let them reach the places where fear has been speaking too loudly. God isn't saying you won't ever feel afraid, but He is reminding you, you never have to face that fear alone. He says, I am with you. Right now, in this exact moment. Not after your situation improves. Not after you feel stronger. Not after you've figured everything out. But now, in your weakness, in your uncertainty, in the middle of whatever you're walking through. He is with you. Closer than your next breath. And then He says, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Dismayed, that feeling of being overwhelmed, scattered, emotionally undone. He knows how easily life can pull us into that place. And still, He anchors you with this truth, I am your God. Not just a distant God, not just a concept, but your God. Personal. Present. Protective. I will strengthen you and help you. You don't have to rely on your own strength. You don't have to keep pretending you're okay when you're not. He's offering His strength, to hold you up when your knees feel shaky, to help you take the next small step forward, even when the future feels blurry and uncertain. And listen closely to this last part. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Just imagine that for a moment. God, holding you steady with His own hand. The same hand that created the stars, the same hand that calms storms, the same hand that holds all things together, is now holding you. Supporting you. Refusing to let you fall. You are not facing this alone. Even when fear tells you otherwise. Even when your mind races with worst-case scenarios. Even when everything feels too big, too messy, too much. He is with you. Steady. Strong. Faithful. So take another breath, and let that truth settle deep into your spirit. He sees the battle happening inside you, and He's not walking away. He's staying right here, with you, in this. Holding you steady, when you can't hold yourself. Whispering courage, when all you feel is fear. And when the anxious thoughts come back, when the heaviness starts to rise again, come back to this promise. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your reminder. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not without help. He is with you. Holding you. Even in this. Psalm 46 verse 10, be still and know. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do, the most healing thing, the most freeing thing, is simply, be still. Not because everything around you has calmed down. Not because all your problems have disappeared. But because in the stillness, you give your heart space to breathe, and space to hear what God has been whispering to you all along. Be still, and know that I am God. Let that invitation settle over you like a gentle wave. Let it reach the places in you that have been restless, anxious, caught up in doing and fixing and solving. You don't have to keep running from one thought to the next. You don't have to keep holding your breath emotionally, bracing yourself for the next hard thing. Right here, right now. God is inviting you to pause. Be still, not just on the outside, but deep in your spirit. Let the inner noise grow quiet. Let the mental lists, the what-ifs, the worst-case scenarios, slowly fade into the background. Even if just for these next few moments. Even if everything in you wants to stay busy, distracted, always moving, fight against that urge, and let yourself stop. This isn't about avoiding reality. It's about remembering what's true, underneath the fear, underneath the anxiety, underneath the noise. Know that He is God. That He's in control, even when life feels out of control. That He's holding the pieces, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. That He's working, even in the silence, even when you can't see how, even when the answers feel far away. Right here, right now, you don't have to rush. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to solve all the problems circling in your head. You're allowed, in this sacred space, to simply be. To let go of the pressure. To unclench your fists, both physically and emotionally, and breathe. God is not waiting for you to prove yourself. He's not expecting you to handle it all on your own. He's not disappointed in your weakness or your struggle. He's gently reminding you, through these words, that He's still God, still good, still present, still holding you, even here. So let yourself breathe, slowly, deeply. Let your shoulders relax. Let the tension start to ease. And let your heart remember, you are not alone in this. Be still. And know, not just in your mind, but deep in your spirit, that the God who created the heavens and the earth, the God who knows your name, the God who sees every anxious thought, is here with you, holding you, loving you, fighting for you, even in ways you can't see. Right here. Right now. Just breathe. And let yourself rest, in Him. Let His peace settle over you. So right now, wherever you're listening from, whether it's your bedroom late at night, sitting quietly on a park bench, curled up on your couch, or maybe even in your car during a moment when you just needed to get away, pause with me. Take a slow, deep breath. Let it fill your lungs, and as you exhale, imagine the weight you've been carrying slowly beginning to lift. Let His peace cover you like a soft blanket, warm, gentle, comforting. Let it wrap around every part of you that feels worn out and frayed at the edges. Let it settle over your heart, over your mind, like a shelter from the storm. You don't have to keep bracing for the next wave of anxiety. You don't have to hold your breath, waiting for life to calm down before you can feel okay again. Right here, in this very moment. His peace is near. Let the tension in your body ease. Feel your shoulders relax just a little. Let your jaw unclench. Let every part of you, body and soul, begin to breathe again. Let the racing thoughts slow down. All those worries that have been looping in your mind. The endless what-ifs. The fear of what tomorrow might bring. The regret over what happened yesterday. For now, just let them go. Let them drift to the background, like distant noise fading away. You are not forgotten. Not for a second. Even when it feels like no one sees how hard this has been for you. God sees. Every silent tear. Every restless night. Every moment when you felt like giving up. He's seen it all, and He's still here, still with you. You are seen. Not just in a general sense, but personally, intimately, fully. God knows the details of your struggle. He knows the words you've never spoken aloud. He knows the heaviness you hide with a smile. And He cares. Deeply. You are loved. Completely. Unconditionally. Not for what you do, not for how well you hold yourself together, but for who you are. His child. His beloved. The one He chooses, again and again, to pour His love over. And His peace, this beautiful, steady, calming peace. It's for you. Not just for people who seem stronger. Not just for those who seem more spiritual or put together. But for you, right now, even in this. So as this moment closes, stay here a little longer if you need to. Let His peace keep filling the empty spaces. Let it settle deep inside. And know, with every breath you take, that you are held. You are safe. And you are surrounded by His unshakable, unstoppable, never-ending peace. A short prayer over the listener. Jesus, for the one listening right now. You see their heart. You see every corner of their mind, every restless thought, every worry that's been keeping them awake at night. You know the weight they've been carrying, the fear they haven't spoken out loud, the silent battles they've been fighting on their own. And right now, in this very moment, I ask you, breathe your peace over them. Let your presence settle over them like a calming wave, washing over every anxious place, every tight, fearful space inside them. Quiet their mind, Lord. Slow the racing thoughts. Silence the noise of fear, the voices of doubt, the endless stream of what-ifs that won't let them rest. Calm their spirit. Let every part of them that feels stirred up and unsettled begin to soften. Let the tension ease from their body, from their heart, from their breathing. Let them feel you near. Not far off, not distant, but close. Close enough for them to sense your nearness, close enough to know you're with them, right here, right now. Hold them, Jesus. Steady them when they feel like they're about to fall apart. Be the strength under their weakness. Be the anchor in their storm. Wrap them in your love like a blanket that brings comfort on the coldest night. And most of all, remind them, they are not alone in this. Not for one single moment. Even when they can't feel you. You're still here. Even when the anxiety feels overwhelming. You're still holding them steady. Even when they don't have the words to pray. You're still listening, still caring, still fighting for their peace. Let them leave this moment knowing, deep in their soul, that you love them, that you are with them, and that your peace is already at work inside them. Amen.